You tell yourself the same comforting lie every single day. I will do it tomorrow. It is the most dangerous phrase in your language. It is the sweet poison you drink to numb the pain of your own inaction. The ancient Stoics knew a terrifying secret. Tomorrow is not promised. Today, I will not just show you how to stop procrastinating. I will show you why every moment you waste is an act of self-betrayal. We will use the Stoics' most brutal tool to destroy your excuses and to finally begin your life. You know the feeling. It is a quiet, heavy weight in your chest. The weight of the thing you know you should be doing, but are not. The book you should be writing. The hard conversation you should be having. The workout you should be doing. The important project you keep putting off. The gap between the person you want to be and the person you are today feels like a vast, dark canyon. And you have found a comfortable and deadly solution. The solution is the idea of tomorrow. Tomorrow you will have more energy. Tomorrow you will feel more motivated. Tomorrow the conditions will be perfect. Tomorrow you will finally start. The promise of tomorrow is a powerful drug. It gives you a moment of relief from the guilt of today. It allows you to feel like you are still in control, that you still have a plan. But it is a lie. You are not making a plan for the future. You are stealing from your present. Every time you push a task to tomorrow, you are taking a piece of your one precious and finite life, and you are throwing it into a void from which it will never return. You believe your problem is laziness, that you just lack motivation. This is a shallow diagnosis. The ancient Stoics would tell you your problem is far deeper. Your problem is arrogance. You are living as if you are immortal. You are acting as if you have an infinite amount of time. And that is the most foolish mistake a human being can make. The Stoic cure for procrastination. This addiction to tomorrow is a deep psychological disease. It is a fear of living, disguised as a plan to live later. To cure this disease, we must see its flawed logic. It is built on three great crumbling pillars. They are the lies that keep you waiting for a life that has already begun. We will now demolish them, stone by stone. The treachery of tomorrow. The first pillar is the great lie that tomorrow is a real place. You speak of tomorrow as if it is a safe harbor, a magical land where you will be a different, better person. A person who is more disciplined, more energetic, more courageous. But tomorrow never comes. When you wake up, it is always and only today, and you are still the same person. The promise of tomorrow is a psychological trick you play on yourself. It allows you to borrow a feeling of relief from the future without having to pay the price of action in the present. It is a form of emotional debt. And every day you procrastinate, the interest on that debt grows larger. The guilt gets heavier. The task seems bigger. The anxiety gets stronger. The Stoics had a brutal and effective way of destroying this illusion. They lived with a constant, vivid awareness of their own mortality. This is the practice of Memento Mori. Remember, you must die. This is not a dark, depressing obsession. It is the ultimate tool for creating clarity and urgency. It is the bright, hot flame that burns away all the trivial excuses, all the comforting lies, and all the pointless delays. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Marcus Aurelius. Imagine this. Imagine that today was your last day on earth, that the sun setting tonight would be the last one you ever see. Now, look at your to-do list for tomorrow. Look at the important work you have been putting off. Would you still put it off? Would you still waste these last precious hours on distraction and triviality? Of course not. The clarity would be absolute. The priority would be obvious. This is the power of Memento Mori. It is a filter. It is a tool for sorting what truly matters from what does not. The procrastinator lives as if they have 1,000 years, and so they can afford to waste their days. The Stoic lives as if they have only this one day, and so every single moment becomes infinitely precious. Every choice becomes significant. You do not have an infinite number of tomorrows. You have a finite and unknown number of todays, and you are spending them as if they are worthless. This is your first mission. You will perform the daily sunset ritual. Tonight, as the sun goes down, you will take 2 minutes. You will not look at your phone. You will not think about tomorrow. You will simply watch the sun disappear, and you will treat that sunset as a small death, the death of this one day. You will ask yourself with brutal honesty, did I live today? Or did I just wait? This is not to create guilt. It is to create a sense of preciousness for the gift of the next sunrise. The fear of the start. The second pillar of this prison is the lie that you are procrastinating because you are lazy. You tell yourself this story. I am a lazy person. I lack discipline. This is another comforting lie. It gives you a simple, fixed identity that absolves you of the responsibility to change. But for most of us, procrastination is not about laziness at all. It is about fear. It is the fear of failure, the fear of not being good enough, the fear of judgment. The task you are putting off feels so big, so important. The blank page is so intimidating. The potential for failure feels so catastrophic. And so, it feels safer to not even start. It feels safer to live with the quiet, nagging pain of inaction than to risk the loud, sharp pain of a potential failure. By not starting, you can protect a fragile fantasy. The fantasy that if you did start, you would be brilliant. Procrastination is the act of preserving that fantasy. The Stoics had a powerful tool for dismantling this fear. It was the practice of focusing only on the process and cultivating a profound indifference to the outcome. This is the logic of the archer. The archer's job is not to hit the target. The archer's job is to make a perfect shot. The secret of change is to focus all of your energy, not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Socrates. The old is your obsession with the outcome, with the fear of failure. The new is a disciplined focus on the simple, manageable action right in front of you. You do not have to write a perfect book. You only have to write one single, imperfect sentence right now. You do not have to run a marathon. You only have to put on your shoes and take the first step out the door. You must shrink the target. You must lower the stakes. You have made the task so big and so important in your mind that it has become a monster. The Stoic slays this monster by breaking it down into 1,000 small, non-threatening pieces. And by focusing only on the one small piece that is right in front of them now, the goal is not to write the book. The goal is to win this single moment, to defeat the urge to check your phone for just the next 5 minutes, to win the small, private battle of this present moment, and then the next. A great life is not built by one grand, heroic act of will. It is built by 1,000 small, quiet, and unseen victories, stacked one on top of the other, day after day. This is your second mission. You will perform the last time meditation. The next time you are doing a simple, everyday action, drinking a cup of coffee, talking to a loved one, walking outside, you will pause. You will ask yourself this one powerful question. What if this was the last time I ever got to do this? Notice how this question changes your experience. It forces you into a state of profound presence. It strips away the trivial anxieties. It fills the ordinary moment with a sense of sacredness. This is the mindset you must bring to your work. The arrogance of time. The third and final pillar is the most hidden and the most profound. It is the lie that you have time. This is the unspoken assumption behind every act of procrastination. I can do it later because there will always be a later. This is not optimism. This is the peak of human arrogance. It is to assume that the universe owes you more time, that you are exempt from the accidents, the illnesses, and the sudden endings that are a fundamental part of the human condition. Every single day, people wake up just like you, believing they have an endless supply of tomorrows. And for some of them, that is the last day they will ever have. This is the moment of truth, the moment you confront the most uncomfortable and the most powerful fact of your existence. You are going to die, and you do not know when. If you are ready to stop living like an immortal God and start living like a mortal human, then you must make a choice. Acknowledge this truth. Go to the comments and make a simple, powerful declaration. Write, I live today. This is your commitment to stop waiting for your life to begin. This is the day it begins. Now, let us learn how to use this terrifying truth as our greatest weapon. The Stoics did not see death as a morbid thing to be feared. They saw it as an advisor, a stern but honest, counselor who stands at your shoulder and whispers in your ear. Is this truly how you want to spend the one precious and unrepeatable moment of your life? It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Marcus Aurelius. The fear of death is a distant, abstract fear. The real, immediate, and useful fear is the fear of a wasted life. The fear of arriving at your final day and looking back at a long gray string of tomorrows that never came. A life of good intentions, of unwritten books, of unspoken loves, of untaken journeys. That is the real horror. Procrastination is not just a bad habit. It is the slow, methodical act of murdering your own potential. It is a form of suicide on the installment plan. When you truly, deeply, and viscerally understand that your time is the only currency you have, and that you are spending it every second of every day, a profound shift happens. You stop asking, "Do I feel motivated?" And you start asking a much more powerful question. Is this a worthy use of a piece of my life? Is scrolling on this phone a worthy trade for 1 hour of my existence? Is this pointless argument a worthy trade for this one unrepeatable afternoon? Memento Mori is not about death. It is about life. It is the tool that gives life its sharpness, its sweetness, its unbearable and beautiful preciousness. Now we move from the waiting room to the battlefield, from the dream of tomorrow to the reality of today. 3 practical Stoic rituals to break your addiction to delay and to forge the power of Memento Mori into your soul. The first ritual, the death clock. This is a thought experiment. Take your current age. Now, estimate your life expectancy. Let's say it's 80 years. Do the math. How many days do you have left? Write that number down. Look at it. This is not to scare you. This is to make you real. This is your budget. This is the number of coins you have left to spend. Every morning, you will look at this number, and you will subtract 1. This is a visceral daily reminder that your most precious resource is draining away, whether you use it or not. The second ritual, the one thing protocol. The procrastinator is overwhelmed by the size of their task. The Stoic is ruthless in their focus on the small. At the beginning of each day, you will not look at your entire, terrifying to-do list. You will ask yourself one question. What is the one single most important thing I must accomplish today to move my great work forward? You will identify that one thing, and you will do it first, before you check your email, before you look at your phone. You will eat the biggest frog first. Even if you do nothing else all day, you have won the day. You have made a deposit in the bank of your purpose. The third ritual, the last time meditation. We will take the earlier mission to a new level. You will choose one person in your life you care about. The next time you speak with them, you will hold in the back of your mind this simple, powerful thought. This might be the last time I ever speak to this person. Notice how this changes the quality of your attention. The small, stupid arguments fall away. The distractions of your phone become irrelevant. You are 100% present. You listen with your whole being. You speak with intention and with kindness. This is the secret of a beautiful life. To live every ordinary moment with the sacred urgency of a final one. You are not a person with an infinite amount of time. You are a brief and glorious fire, burning for a short moment in the vast darkness. The lie that you could start your life tomorrow was the cage. It kept your fire small and hidden. The terrifying and liberating truth that your life is happening right now, in this very breath, is freedom. Stop waiting for a sign. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. This is the moment. Your life is not the dress rehearsal. This is the show, and it is happening now. The clock is ticking. The sand is falling. The question is, what will you do with the time you have left? If you are ready to stop waiting and start living, then subscribe to the Stoic Citadel. This is not a place for those who plan to live tomorrow. It is a training ground for those who choose to live today. Finally, go to the comments and declare your new, powerful commitment to the present moment. Write, I live today. Your training continues. You have learned to live with urgency. Now, you must learn to live with direction. Your next briefing is on the screen now. Follow your passion as a trap. The Stoic's Guide to Building a Life of Purpose. Click it to learn how to aim your newfound energy at a target that truly matters.